Devon.
Hey, William. We are not in the same room.
No, you live very close, but sadly, we need to follow the self isolation quarantine rules, so we are minimizing contact, as all of you should be as well. And we're also washing our hands all the time. I'm disinfecting my keyboard. Despite all the bad news, there is good news. We already know 10 of the Eurovision 2020 acts who have been confirmed for Eurovision 2021. I think maybe we should go through, just review what they've done, what might be coming up. Are you ready? Let's do this!
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if Skype is ready for all of your Sasha Fierce. In any case, we should point out this is accurate as of 4:30 CET on Sunday. That is Sunday, March 22nd. The confirmations are coming thick and fast, so you'll want to visit Wooby Blogs to get the latest update. All right, Debin. First act we've got listed, this is alphabetical, Azerbaijan Efendi.
Yes, and I'm excited about her. I really thought she put out a really good, strong visual concept for her music video. It's banging, it's upbeat, I want that party to continue. I want to see more of Cleopatra.
This is what Efendi wrote on Instagram. Guys, I have great news to share with you. Yes, I will represent Azerbaijan at the Eurovision Song Contest in 2021. Thank you for your support and unforgettable emotions. Can't wait to see you.
From the land of fire, keep stoking those flames.
Yeah, it looks very expensive. It seems like they've got deep reserves, deep pockets to put on a proper show, and surely that will carry over into the next year. I really love how she's grown. We saw her on a reality singing show, the previous national selection from a few years ago, and she's just grown so much. She really embodied Cleopatra with her sensuality, her sexuality, and her presence at the end of the day.
Absolutely. But she's more than just Cleopatra. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else Samira is going to unpack for us in the near future.
Amen. Hallelujah. The next country we have is Belgium. Hooverphonic. They, of course, have been a much talked about, much desired act for many years. Then they released their song, and it got mixed reaction. There was a lot of heated discussion early on, but now they have a chance to kind of come back with a new song.
You see, I have a lot of their work. I have like 4 albums, numerous singles of Hooverphonic. I've been a fan of them for many years, including their multiple lineup changes. I think this is prophecy in a way, because what they dropped was an album track. Now we need the hot single. And I'm looking forward to that being pushed out early next year.
Absolutely. I think one of the big positives was that they put a lot of thought into their music video. It looked very expensive, very chic. Alex Kellier, the lead singer, or sorry, not the lead singer, the front man, he's actually spoken out. And he said, next year I will choose a great song again, with or without lift. I don't care. I can imagine that we now need a happy and up-tempo song. I may write something like that, but it's too early to say anything about it. That quote comes from his interview with songfestival.be. Debin, would you like to see an upbeat song from them?
I mean, not necessarily upbeat, but I just need it to have a bit of a climax, Release me, na na na. It was such a beautiful cooey sort of floating on a cloud. But at some point, I need a rocket, and I think that's where it is. It is, I like when he said in a statement that I'll write great music again, because Release Me is good. But, yeah, I think it just needs a pow, a bit more of a, hit the spot kind of vibe.
You want a thunderstorm on that cloud, a lightning bolt.
Oh.
Yes. All right, Devin, it's time to dry your tears. Let those tears get sober. It is Bulgaria.
I'm so happy Victoria's back, but there's a part of me which is quite sad that, tears become sober.
Yeah.
It isn't going to be featured in that. So I called Tamara Gachicheladze a couple of days ago, and her husband picked up the phone, and we got chatting for quite a long time, and he told me about the songwriting process, with Victoria and stuff, and clearly there's a very good symbiotic working relationship here. So I'm confident that they will come out with something just as good, if not even better. But yeah, I'm sad to see the song not compete. It's brilliant.
And I think this is significant on a number of levels. Obviously, Bulgaria withdrew because priorities at the broadcaster changed and there wasn't the funding needed. Victoria came with a sponsor and a backer, which allowed Bulgaria to return to the Eurovision Song Contest. So if Victoria were not returning, it might suggest Bulgaria might not have returned either, because this is very much tied up in the funding from the sponsor. So thank goodness for the generosity of her sponsor wanting to continue the project and Victoria wanting to continue the project. Now, I should point out, I and several other people on the team heard all of the demos that Bulgaria were considering, and she has other good options. There's been some comments online, oh, she's only got one song. You know what? She's early in her career, and she's had that other song, which was quite good.
And Sinan Sadula, who was on the listening panel, said there were 7 songs, right?
Yeah, there were quite a few. I think I heard 5. It's been a few months. But point is, she has options. This was her quote. She said, "I am so proud to represent Bulgaria at Eurovision 2021. I am grateful to B&T and Linia Group for believing in me and giving me a second chance. And to iCard, shout out to one of her sponsors for supporting me."
Excellent.
All right, Zebin, from 3, we go to 4. The next country is Georgia. Tornike Kipiani.
Tornike. Well, you know what? I love his voice. I love his masculinity. I find it so sexy. I find it attractive. And I like the way it underscores it with real good melody. It's like a melodic growl. But I think that this is a good opportunity to revisit, because if you judge by the feedback he's had from his song, which is titled Take Me As I Am, or Take Me.
And we do.
We do, but not everybody does. And it is divisive. And I think this is an opportunity to kind of create a song that has a bit more harmonious quality to it,
I must say, I was really impressed with what he did pull off. I think Georgia likes to take risks. Look at Nisha Kosharov and the young Georgian Lolitas. They do it their way, and it can often work for them. I think he had one of the more authentic entries. Yes, it was out there and a little divisive, but it was so him. And I love how he growls and screams in a musical way. I do think you're right. He can now take his time and harness, the resources in Tbilisi and his production team, etc., to come up with something that may still keep his edge and grit, but appeal to a few more people. But I don't want him to lose his quirkiness and his point of view.
He won't lose it because he's got a very strong look. I mean, that's not going to go away.
True.
The tone of his voice, it's him. And his singing style, that's him. He's unique anyway. But what I think he does need to do, I mean, the whole thing about, why do you want me to talk like an Englishman? Why do you want me to dance like a Spanish man? Why do you want me to take me as I am? We get what he's trying to say, but something is also lost in translation for a lot of people who felt that they were being criticized for being, French people smelling nice, or Italian people, having a certain joie de vivre, or whatever qualities that he's isolated in these nationals. Then I think, what? That's an uncomfortable debate. So why don't you now come back, bring your voice, bring your grit, bring your masculinity, but let's just have a different kind of song. Maybe something in Georgian.
You know what? He knows his intentions. I think most people got his intentions. At the end of the day, people will always be offended by something. And I feel like as long as he knows what his true intention was, which was just to celebrate being oneself, which is a universal message across all borders, I say keep on slaying, keep doing you. In any case, we move on to one of this year's youngest would-be competitors. It is Stefania from Greece.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad she's coming back. I was surprised by this because she was selected for being Dutch and, the contest being in Rotterdam. Well, I would imagine, actually, next year. Is the contest going to be held in Rotterdam?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's good. So welcome back.
This was ERT, the Greek broadcaster's response to the cancellation of Eurovision 2020. They say, ERT has already assessed the very positive reception from Greek and European audiences toward this year's selection of the talented Stefania Liberakakis, as well as the cooperation we have had with her. ERT intends to continue this cooperation over time as the EBU's final decisions become known. This statement was released the day of the cancellation, just hours later, showing their commitment to Stefania, our Supergirl. What excites me here is that the songwriting team had said very clearly it was hard to come up with a song that was both age appropriate and captured her personality, but that was also sort of a Eurovision hit. And I do think they did that in this instance, but now they have two things in their favor. One, by the next Eurovision, she'll officially be an adult. She'll be 18, I believe. She'll have matured so much because, you know, in your teenage years, 16 to 17, 17 to 18, you see massive jumps in talent and competence and ability, etc. So that all works for them. And the second thing is, they know her even better now. She will likely keep the same songwriting team, I would assume, or at least choose from the same slot of songwriters, and they could write something even better for her and with her because she will have developed so much as well.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Supergirl for her as a song that I thought was really suitable for her.
Yeah.
I wasn't crazy about it. So this is an opportunity to kind of, you know, take post-teens with you as well on that Eurovision journey, because the song didn't really sort of tap into me or my sensibilities or where I'm at emotionally or musically.
You're more of a superwoman.
You know what? You are 17 going on 18. But, I mean, Victoria's young. She's young, same age.
No, Victoria's early 20s.
Oh, is she early 20s? Yeah. Oh, and I guess the Polish girl is the one who's young. Well, you know exactly. What? You can leave that one at the border.
Okay, listen. Long story short, Stefania had a lot going for her, and she'll have even more going for her next year. I quite liked the song. It was teeny bopper pop, but that's okay because she was a teenager at the time. And I just can't wait to see what she does next. Uh-oh, Devin. Shalom. We're headed to Israel and Eden Alene.
Ah, wonderful. Well, this is going to be very interesting because I really liked your video where you reacted to all the 5 songs, but it means all those 5 songs are now 4 songs. It means all those 4 songs are now out of the pot completely because, you know, they've been aired in some way. So, you know, they're going to have to kind of redraft new songs. I don't know whether the winning composer is going to single-handedly handle this because he won anyway. I mean, that would be the sensible thing to do for Doron Medali to kind of say, well, you know what? I want it. Let's not do another bid for the composer. We've got the artist.
Doron and Eden Rachel Honey, legendary.
Yes, Eden Rachel. Oh my God, he's amazing. I have a story on him, by the way. I'll tell you later.
He truly is amazing. Now, this was Eden's response. She said, "I'll cry again this time. We're going to win, and the song will be even better." She is not playing. This has lit a fire in her belly. She, of course, has such a beautiful story of her parents. They are Jewish men and women of Ethiopian descent. They fled persecution, came to Israel, gave birth to the gorgeous Eden Alene. She set up her life. She's singing for 2 countries, and she's singing for Israel primarily. There's so much going on here, and I'm so glad the world will hear this story next year.
And to our readers who've been asking me to react to this, I have finally reacted to it. So there will be a video coming up on that soon. I know it's post all of this, but hey.
Hey, we're all at home. We need videos. We need things to do. Why not? Because, you know, my whole thing is like, if someone doesn't want to watch a video, they don't have to watch a video, right? It's only the people who do want to watch a video who click on it. So keep on going, my sister. All right. The lucky number 7 on our alphabetical list, and this act was also confirmed just moments after the cancellation. It is the Netherlands' Jeangu Macrooy Paramaribo.
Oh my God, yes, I'm all for this. I really like, do you know, Grow is such a beautiful. I mean, we reacted
Wonderful.
to that live version, and one thing we know is that actually the studio sanitizes his emotions. You really need to experience him live. And yeah, he's one of my most missed acts for this year because I feel like seeing him live is where you get the true sense of this artist and the gravitas behind and around him. I'm so, so excited. And of course, Grow is completely self composed, arranged, produced. No doubt he has a lot of magic in him. And there will be growth from 2020 to 2021, you know? This is excellent. I'm so glad about this. This is so good to have him back.
And you know what? I have this feeling his performance will be extra charged because he's from the host country that had Eurovision, ripped away. It's going through a difficult time like many other European countries, obviously. But he will be carrying all that emotion, the tension with him. And so when he finally does perform for those 3 minutes after what will ultimately be, a 2-year journey, effectively, it will be such a release and so cathartic and so beautiful. He thrives off of deep emotion. And so this whole situation, while it's awful and horrible, it will be, a creative outlet in some way. It will give birth to another beautiful song. I want to read the quote from Avrotros. They said, obviously, Avrotros fully understands the decision of the EBU, the municipality of Rotterdam, and the project team consisting of NPO NOS Avrotros. This is not an easy decision, but unfortunately inevitable because health always comes first. Macrooy has always been very excited to participate in ESC, but he fully understands the decision. Avrotros supports our Dutch entry and is happy to continue the collaboration with Jeangu in 2021 with new energy and passion. And you know what? The passion is just going to be simmering away. I'm watching him on Instagram, I see the passion. I'm watching him on the YouTube, I see the passion. So when we see him hopefully in Rotterdam in 2021, guess what? We're going to see the passion.
I tell you what, William, this could have actually retained the trophy.
Agreed.
It is so strong and so impactful. And I think people really underestimate the power of this because unlike many studio cuts, which will dim when performed live, this one actually takes flight in its live form. So, yeah, I am such positive vibes, feeling so good about this. I'm really excited. And thank you, Netherlands, for confirming that Jeangu is back.
We get 2 years of Jeangu now. In some ways, that's even better. All right. Next up, this was the very first country to confirm, I think just minutes after the official announcement. It is Spain, RTVE with Blas Cantó. Thank you so much. What I love about this is that there was no hesitation. There was zero hesitation. Spain's track record at Eurovision may be mixed, but their commitment is very, very real. They keep showing up regardless of the result, and Spanish Euro fans, they got that fuego. I mean, when you talk about what country has Eurovision fire, look at Spain. It's always trending, in their Twitter trends whenever anything happens. At the parties, they're among the loudest. They're the ones pushing to the front. I just love Spanish Euro fans so much. And this is great news for them, that they can get behind their act. And also, I think it's great news for Blas, who can kind of reassess the sound and the vibe he wants to present. I think he had the kernel of something very good in Universo, and now he can kind of take that creative energy and build something even bigger and better.
What I like about this announcement was, it was the first one to be announced, so that was really, really good. And number two, it truly committed to the artist and not to RTVE's sort of future plans. So it means no Operación Triunfo, no... what's the other selection that they had as well for Eurovision?
Objetivo Eurovision.
Objetivo Eurovision. No future plans, but no, this is about the artist missing an opportunity due to this horrible situation and committing to the vision of the artist, wherever that may be. And that is such a solid message. I really, really like that. As you said, Spanish Eurovision fans, they do like to get behind their acts. And you know what? You have one more year of doing so. What could be better? I'm all for it.
And I just got to say, the statements from both RTVE and Blas Cantó were very classy. I'll just read excerpts from them. RTVE says, RTVE will return, as always, to participate in the contest, the largest musical show on television that each year brings together 200 million viewers from around the world when the situation is resolved. Loving the optimism, loving the respect. Blas Cantó, he said, I am very sorry because there is a large job behind Eurovision, an incredible human team working for many months, not only in my candidacy, but globally. But I think it is the right thing. There are countries in which the epidemic is starting now, and it is not known when it will stop. And a year of margin is the minimum to hold a Eurovision in conditions that Eurovision deserves. Just so respectful, so classy. He is just a slice of delight.
Absolutely. I'm very happy about this.
We move on. The next country in our alphabetical list of confirmations so far, it is Switzerland. Gjon's tears. Now, Debin, he was hovering near the top of the betting odds from the moment his song came out. Répondez-moi. Yes, honey, the bookmakers did answer you, and they said that you stood a chance of winning. I think this is really important. I love the immigration narrative here. I love the earnestness with which he approaches this, the passion. The team at SRF has committed a lot. They came back with a very arty music video. They were working up to the wire. The song has won over many fans. While I know it was not one of DebonAdaminiaWeeblyBlog.com's favorites, it did have so much support behind it. This is what he said on Instagram. So happy that I will be back for 2021. See you soon, and all of your support and love made this possible. I have no words. Just thank you and see you soon. Continue taking care of yourself. Thank you to my delegation who believes in me and giving me the energy at every step of this crazy experience. It's almost like an Oscar speech. I love it.
He was having a conversation with Ben Dolich from Germany earlier. Weren't they sort of having a conversation on Instagram? Which fans kind of were able to jump on, and clearly gave me an insight into his personality. And he's, but you know what? I've known this guy even before he was handpicked for Switzerland. And, you know, we've talked about, we always do the wish list and all of that. And I'm solidly behind the artist. And I think people do need to separate artist from song.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, the song just, you know, didn't, I think his voice is incredible, you know, and particularly in the final 30 seconds. But you know what? There's still 2.5 minutes preceding that. And now is an opportunity to kind of just write a song that will just tap into more people. I don't think my taste is necessarily so off-kilter. I think I'm relatively mainstream, but that song did nothing for me. So I'm happy to have him back. I'm happy that there's a ruling that you need new songs, because I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to come up with.
It's an important point. There's sometimes this strange kind of comment that if you dislike a song, you're supposed to then dislike the artist, not want to enter the artist, not want to respect the artist. But the thing is, songs and people are very different things. And it's very strange psychology to say, if you don't like someone's song, you then must dislike the person. I just find it's very peculiar, and I don't know how people lead their lives. But certainly, if I don't like your sweater, Debin, I can still like you as a person. And I'll actually tell you I don't like your sweater because we're dear friends.
Case in point, Sasha Vucek. I adore this woman. She's like one of my closest friends. I love her. I love Hurricane, but I can't connect with Hasta La Vista. Shoot me.
Wait, what? You don't connect with Hasta La Vista?
Hasta la vista, baby.
Ooh, I'm going to need a moment to take that in. Look, let's move on. The final act in these first 10 confirmations, it's Ukraine's Go A. This is their statement. Hi friends, you have probably seen that Eurovision was cancelled this year for obvious reasons, but we are pleased to inform you that we will still represent Ukraine next year at the Eurovision 2021. UA First Channel and STB 2021 will not carry out an additional national selection. This was stated on the official website of Eurovision in Ukraine. We are very grateful to each of you for the support and crazy emotions you have given us, for believing in yourself and a victorious spirit, for overturning our world and becoming such a close musical family. Take care of yourself and your loved ones, watch your health, and when the situation stabilizes, we will definitely meet at concerts and festival venues. We love you, your Go A.
Thank you so much.
I really like that. I like their passion. You know, They were keeping it in the Ukrainian language. I think for them and for the broadcaster, this was in some ways about asserting a Ukrainian identity. They were very, very, resolved in keeping this in their national language, in sharing this traditional white voice sound, which is curious when you put it against the recent controversies in Ukraine. I think perhaps the broadcaster is quite keen to use Eurovision as a platform to share the beautiful story of Ukraine with the world, which is obviously a perfectly valid way to approach things.
I think there should be Vidbir next year, in the style of Darude and Sarah Alto's UMK, where, okay, Goe should definitely, I mean, they've earned the right to represent their country at Eurovision, and I'm solidly behind them going forward to represent Ukraine. Actually, for all countries, I think it would be a real, it would be really in poor taste to take that away from the artists. However, we need new songs where my girl isn't just screaming into the microphone. You know, we just need, let us just have like 6 songs and let the public vote. Narrow it down to a super final. Let us pick one out of them. And hopefully not all of them are screaming into microphones.
You know what? I loved her white voice music, this blend of folk and modern production. I think it was actually very well done. It's a divisive song, though. A lot of people agree with you. I guess
I'm black, so, you know, I love her white voice. Maybe it's because I'm black.
All right, that is, of course, the name of the folk style. This is not in any way related to race. But I must say this, Ukraine's Vidbir is one of the most fantastic finals because they make that stage look enormous. They do like Kayat staging this year, her staging, the beautiful bird staging. They kill it with staging every single year. And that's why I kind of love just waiting till the final, because then I see everything for the first time and it's exciting. It's a shame we won't have that show. You know, they always supply so much drama as well, with the jury being very honest and direct and then acts, you know, replying back. Yeah, it's a shame, but let's see what happens. Hopefully, I do like the idea of having several songs presented to the public, because then we get more Goe, and that's a win for everybody. It's a win for the broadcaster.
That's a win for everybody.
Win for Goe, and it's a win for people like you who don't like the white voice style of music.
Because you know what? If they present something else, I will get a Ukrainian SIM card and just multiply vote for the one that I think has a shot. Because I don't want to be yelled at. I just don't want to be yelled at. It's tough enough dealing with this pandemic. I don't want to be yelled at.
You seem to suggest that her voice, like you think AWS is more musical than Goe.
Way more.
I knew you would say that. In any case, those are the 10
What was this song anyway? AWS?
Veslinya. It was about his dad. Do you remember? It was really good. I love that song. They made the final, rightfully so. They were great.
Yeah.
Okay, clearly we disagree. But look, those are the first 10 acts that have confirmed. This, again, is accurate as of Sunday, March 22nd. Many other acts have said they would like to go, you know, from Poland's gorgeous Alicia. Roxanne has made hints. But, like, in terms of actual official confirmations, these are the 10 we have so far. We will do another video after we get the next 10 or so. So be sure to follow back. If you want to read the latest on which contestants are saying what, there's a link to a post in the description box of this video. You can click it. It's written by Porig Muldoon, rounding up all the news from Weeby Blogs about these confirmations. In any case, of these 10 acts, who are you most excited for? Do you want them to stage internal selections for their song? Do you want them to stage, you know, national selections where the public votes on their song? Who are you most excited for? Let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, and follow us on, well, you know what? The line would be, as we journey to Rotterdam or as we journey to the Netherlands. We are still going to the Netherlands.
Yeah, and I hope it'll be Rotterdam. I really think they deserve to finish the vision they started.
No, Famke, whatever, Hassilma, the mayor of Amsterdam needs to start fighting for a new city. So
No. Rotterdam deserves this.
As we journey to the Netherlands next year, follow us on multiple social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Tumblr, Pinterest. And we will see...
And you guys, we're going to try to figure out some scenario where we can film within a few meters of each other. But for now, we've got to keep staying on Skype just because it's really important to follow these guidelines so that we all stay healthy and safe. And all of you as well, please keep washing your hands. Please avoid crowds because we all want to celebrate with you next year in Rotterdam or wherever we go. We'll see you later.
And that's our social distancing expert. We'll see you later.
Bye.